Is she still around? Another quick presentation by her. This is cabin crew profession. The challenges. Please put your hands together for the chief missus.
One thing I like about today actually is that the gentlemen have taken over the high table. But we women who know how to do what we know how to do are taking over the floor. That's fine by me. There's no need for any competition. Oh yes, all the time. Alright, so we're just going to quickly take a look at the challenges facing cabin crew. And the truth of the matter is, there's no job that doesn't have its challenges. Every job has challenges. And so does the cabin crew. It's just that there's some things that probably are peculiar to what we do. And you're supposed to be smiling all the time, like I said. And even when those challenges come and your plans have been destroyed, it's still the same. Now, when we talk about challenge, what do we mean? And the definition I've chosen to use today is something that needs great mental or physical effort in order to be done successfully, and therefore tests a person's ability. Now, the challenges you will come across as cabin crew will test your ability, and that's why I picked this particular definition. Now, let's take a look at that woman. For the ladies here, does that remind you of yourself? What's she doing? Climbing. Is there anything special about the fact that she's climbing? What is it? Yeah, that's something that's testing one's ability. And it's not as if she hasn't started, she's on the journey already. And what that simply implies is that, yeah, there will be challenges, but you can get there. It takes your willpower. Now, one of the first challenges you probably have will be emergencies, and there are various emergency situations. You could have an emergency situation on takeoff or landing. It could be an aircraft that's malfunctioning. You could have a medical emergency. The medical emergency ranges from somebody having a heart attack, to somebody just fainting, to somebody having a panic attack. There are all sorts of things. Or to somebody going bonkers. I've had a situation before where during boarding, this lady was just shouting and screaming, and she was disturbing everybody. And it was like, what's really going on? All efforts to calm her down were just not working. At the end of the day, we had to ask her to get off the flight because we couldn't take her like that. And that's what will happen. You will have all sorts. So these are some of the challenges that you will face. And you will need to be in tip-top shape. That's why you can't stop breathing. That's why how to handle some of these emergencies, you will need to have the solutions at the back of your hands. You need to be on top of them. In this day and era with technology and what have you, it's becoming more possible to plant a bomb on an aircraft or to even hijack it. These are certain things that you may face. I don't think there's anyone who's a veteran here who's been flying for a while who didn't have to go through one of these. And I know that at one point in time, we even had an airplane that was hijacked. And it was diverted. That was Nigeria Airways. So don't say, it won't happen to me, or it's not possible. These are the realities. These are part of the things that we do face. Emergencies are real. Your plane can be up there, and you yourself know that it's not functioning, because after you have flown regularly for a while, you know the sounds the airplane makes, you get used to them. And so when something is not sounding right, you have an idea, and that's the beginning. Reality, you could have to do an evacuation. All the evacuations I did during my years of flying, and I had like 20-something years of them, all the evacuations were simulated. I never had to do a real evacuation. But I know that there are people who didn't even have enough to spend as many years as I did, and they had done. So please note this is one of the things that you will face as a challenge. The second thing will be conflicts. It doesn't matter where you work, there will be conflicts. When we talk about conflict here, there are conflicts with your managers, you'll be a conflict with the passengers, you'll be a conflict with your colleagues, and those are the realities. Now, conflicts are a condition between or among workers whose jobs are interdependent, who feel angry, perceive that other person is at fault, and act in ways that cause more problems for the business. And the thing about it is, in this job, you will need to be able to let go of your conflicts. For people who are my crew, who I used to fly with them, I remember over and over again, during our pre-flight briefing, this is one thing that I would say, I'll tell you, I say, if you've got any problem with anybody here, please go and drop it in the toilet. When we come back from the flight, you can pick it up. But for the purpose of this flight, all issues, please drop them. You will need to drop your issues. Because God forbid it, if you have an emergency situation, you can walk past that person because you're still angry with it. You need to manage those things. There will be conflicts. Even a husband and wife fight. You fight with your siblings. You disagree. But because you have a common goal, you will need to ensure that whatever is causing the conflict, you need to know your person. For me, when I don't like what you've done, I find the time I talk to you about it and let it go. Whether you agree with me or not, it doesn't bother me. That's my style. But you have to find your own style and find what works for you. There will be conflict, I promise you that. But you need to work towards it. Unruly passengers. Oh my God. What should we do? Throw them off the airplane? Well, it depends on what point in time they are on your airplane, if they start misbehaving. If they start misbehaving when you're on ground, of course, you can escalate. Let your captain know, and you'll probably get the person off the airplane. But what happens if it's while you're on board? And to let you know, it's not all the airlines that fly that belong to IATA. I'm sure you know that. However, as of last year, 11,000 reports of unruly passengers were reported to IATA, and that's from airlines that are part and parcel of IATA. And I'm sure you know that there are more airlines that have not yet joined IATA, and so they wouldn't have had those reports. So it happens regularly. It happens on a daily basis. So it's left for you to decide how you're going to handle it. Sometimes you could say it's justified. Part of it is being, if you delay the passenger for 5 hours, of course you can't expect him to come on board your flight and be smiling. It's not possible. I get angry too. It just takes maybe sometimes because I see a known face, then I can't vex my anger because I'm very, very passionate also about customer service. But an unruly passenger, sometimes it's the airline that caused it, but it's also the way that you manage it that determines how well it will go. People will abuse you. We've heard over and over again, you're not fit enough to be my house help. So what? I won't be walking along the road and somebody say, you look like my house help. It's not possible. It starts and ends there. You're walking on the aisle, somebody decides to pinch your bum. What do? Are you going to scream and shout at him? These are the realities. You have all sorts of passengers. Okay, it's not your bum. He probably bumps into you, knowing me fully well that he sees that you're well endowed up front, and he just wants to get a touch of it. What are you going to do? All these things. You have people come on board, they're drunk. You can smell they're reeking of alcohol. How do you manage them? Because that's part of what you're in. These are some of the realities that you will face as a cabin crew. And I can tell you, people will continue to get unruly, and the figures will continue to go up. Because there's so many things. People carry baggage around. And we're all aware of what's going on in Nigeria presently. People are committing suicide. But it's true. It's not cartoon. There are so many people out there that are depressed. There's so many people out there that are going through stuff. Now, can you imagine somebody who's had so many issues and then is coming aboard your flight? And then you're just trying to simply tell him something as simple as, please fasten your seatbelt, sir. And then the person flares up at you. And you begin to wonder. Just remember, 2 wrongs don't make it right. But you will face them. Disruptions. Oh no. Your life is going to be disrupted. You will make plans and those plans will fall through. It could even affect your love life. You have abnormal working hours. When we started flying in ABC in those days, one of the unique things we had was a crew bus would come and pick you at home. I'd been picked as early as 3:30 a.m. What time would I have gotten to sleep? For a flight that is a 7 o'clock flight. Because the driver would leave from where I lived. I used to live in Keto. We could go as far as Satellite Town. And the guy had to pick me up first because he lived in my area. So he would come up to my house at about 3:30, go over the whole of Lagos, pick up all the crew, and we would get to the airport. How do I manage that? You will work abnormal hours. Your flights are delayed. You can't go home unless another set of crew are taking over. You have a family engagement. You bought the Ashebi. You were planning to tie a tie, and then they told you that 2 crews reported sick, and they need you to do the flight. And the flights, you're not even coming back that same day. What do you do? There are so many realities. Isioma is still here. We were caught up. Okay, she's gone. We were caught in Dakar for 2 weeks unplanned. We went for a regular night stop. We spent almost 2 weeks in Dakar, Senegal. We were not getting allowance, we were not getting nothing, and we were there. We just barely managed to survive. So there will be disruptions. Now we're not supposed to go for more than 2 days, but we spent almost 2 weeks there. And things happen. Life happens. ST happens. I won't put in the rest. But you will have abnormal working hours. Your schedules will be changed abruptly. You could come to work thinking that, okay, I'm just going to Accra and back. And you can end up going on a flight to London or somewhere remote where you didn't plan for. Get ready for that. Those are the realities of the situation. Your social life. You got a boyfriend? You guys are having the time of your life? You guys are gonna fight. Because each time you give them, okay, I got the first flight to Abuja today. When I come back, I'm going to Port Harcourt. We should be through by 3 o'clock. Okay, let's fix it for 6 o'clock. And then first and foremost, when you woke up that morning, there was bad weather. And the weather didn't clear until like 11 o'clock. And you're still going to do the Abuja and the Port Harcourt. Okay, you've managed to get back at 5:30. But you're bone tired. What do? You don't tell the guy you're tired. And when it happens over and over again, I won't tell you what will happen. I'm sure you can fill in the gaps. So there will be just all sorts of disruptions. It's not a job you can do, and that's why we talk about you being passionate about. When you're passionate about it, it can affect your family life. If you don't have a partner that's understanding, it will affect your family life. Because you won't understand why you have to night stop 3 days in a row with some other men. He doesn't understand why. Those are the realities of the job. So you will have disruptions. Get ready for all sorts of disruptions. You could have an off day, and you have been planning for that off day. And then lo and behold, Charles will call you out. Exactly, he's here. I will report Charles to you. What he did for me. One day I was on a flight. I finished, done training throughout the week. The crew had gone for training in Egypt. That was when we were bringing in the Airbus. And that Friday I finished training and they asked me to do a flight. I did a flight. I came back from that flight. They asked me to do a flight on Saturday. And I said, okay, I'll do your Saturday flight. No problem. But on Sunday, I need an off day. So the only way you can help me is let me go to Dakar. so that I can take the Monday off. And the person who discussed it with me agreed, only for me to come back from the flight. Charles said, no, I have to do some other flight. I said, there's nothing like that, I'm not doing it. This one, I'm not doing. I've been working straight for this number of days. I've done training, I've done you favors. This one, I'm not going to do. I said, okay, rather than put me on that flight, you're not going to give me what I want. Then let me go home, let me take the day off. That's why I left. So later on, the manager got to know, and he called me up and said, okay, should we change it? I said, no, you give somebody else the flight. So let the person go on the flight. It's not an issue any longer. But you won't believe it. That's Monday. I don't know what happened. I think somebody turned up sick. They still called me to come and do a flight. My manager had to call me. Because when they were calling me from, I think I had like 17 calls from operations. And they felt that I intentionally didn't answer the call. And it wasn't that the phone was in the room and I was in the kitchen. It was Easter period. So I think I was cooking or something. I got into the room and saw my phone, 17 missed calls. I said, what? So I quickly called my manager. Said, Tolu, we need you. No, she said, Wale has been trying to reach you. So I got through to Wale and he apologized about what Charles had done. He did the apology. Charles didn't see anybody. And they now needed somebody to do the flight. So Wale went back to meet the manager and said, please, can you talk to Mrs. D? My manager said, no, I'm not going to call her. With all these things that you people have done, I'm not interested. So Wale took up the phone and called me and said, Mrs. D, please, we need your help. I said, what is it? This person came back from flight, says he's ill. We need you to do it. I said, no problem. How much time do I have? He told me. I just went to the bathroom, got dressed, and headed for the airport. I've had to take a ladder from that express to go to work before, all because people have called you out. There will be disruptions. Leave the matter. That's the reality of the business we're in. Stressed. The disruptions will stress you. So you need to watch your stress levels. And that's why I put the meter there. When you come in, you're feeling very relaxed. When you start your, what do we call this training we give for this SNY training, when you're doing your SNY training and you're trying to make your hours so that you check out, it's nice, so you're relaxed. When you're initially checked out, you're coping, it's fine. You don't have too many odd working hours. Your schedule is regular, there's nothing abnormal about it, so you're coping. And then maybe another airline comes up, like Virgin Nigeria came up, and I was still in ADC then, and they picked 10 of my cabin crew immediately, and they were leaving at the same time. Now we all know here, we're all cabin crew. You cannot train cabin crew in 1 week. You will spend the next six weeks. That's if you had people that you had already planned for. We didn't know about this. Now I had to manage the situation. That is when your stress begins, because you have so much. From stress you become anxious, and of course you can get a panic attack. So stress is real. If there's small things, if you're driving along the road and somebody does something and it's stressing you, wait until you come on board. You will see the stress. It will be plenty. From your passengers, from your colleagues, every angle, left, right, and center. And then finally, you can also be fatigued. And that's additional stress. Maybe you've been working. One thing you need to know is, when you do this job, you need to rest very well. People are looking for various ways to make money. You need to watch it. Because if you don't sleep well, you'll end up becoming very, very erratic when you're dealing with passengers, and you will always have issues. So remember, look after yourself. The last thing I want to talk about is the myth versus reality. Day in, day out, you're watching a film, you see the crew marching along with their bags and they're looking so nice. And I think, wow, this is the best job in the world. Wait until you get there. Because they say all that glitters is not gold. It's the main business. You won't understand the full import of what's been said. Now, is there a solution to all these challenges? I believe there is. One, you need to stay positive. There's nothing as good as being positive. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Remain positive. Two, you need to be patient. There are issues that you can resolve if you are patient, because you're probably listening well and responding well. So you need patience. The last thing is you need to be professional. That's the key. And I call them my 3 Ps. Positivity, patience, and professionalism. And that you can get along with anyone. Finally, they say challenges are what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chief Mrs. Tolulope Dawodu, for that wonderful presentation.